Croatian team are full, you know, they're full of warriors, these boys. Absolute vast experience. You speak about the challenge of this World Cup, that will certainly test them, but they've got some good young players. Couldn't think of anything tougher, really. You're thinking just trying to get up to speed of the tournament. The experience Croatia have, it's in their DNA. They will fight till the end, and I think that's set up for a brilliant game.
Yeah. Who believes England are going to win the World Cup?
I'm going to have to put me in.
Roy Keane has issued a harsh warning to England before their World Cup opener against Croatia. And this is the same Croatia that broke England's hearts in 2018. The same type of opponent that knows how to survive pressure, slow the game down, and punish one mistake when everyone else starts believing England are already through.
Do you know what? When I looked at the squad, and particularly defensively, I'm not convinced. And I don't want to see any stats from anybody saying, oh, well, they've done this in the last 2 years or whatever. Some of these games, qualifying campaigns have been quite easy. But I just don't see it come a crunch game in the quarter to semi-finals, whether they're chasing the game or defending it.
Roy Keane made it clear that their biggest strength is not only talent, but mentality. He said he loves the warrior spirit Croatia has. And when that fighting mentality is mixed with real quality, that becomes dangerous for England.
As I said, I love that warrior spirit they have and quality on top of it.
Even Ian Wright backed Roy Keane saying this.
About the warrior spirit that they have and how good they are, and how many times that they do get to the latter stages of these tournaments and these competitions, simply because of not only the fact that they have got that warrior spirit, but they've got unbelievably technical players and who are playing at the highest level, you know.
And here's the part nobody is talking about. Croatia does not need to dominate England to hurt them. They only need England to lose control for 10 minutes. That is exactly what happened in 2018. England scored first, started dreaming, and then Croatia slowly took the game away from them. Keane and Ian remember that kind of danger, and that is why his warning sounds harsh, but it is also realistic.
They'll be a major team against, but I remember obviously playing them in the semi-final in 2018. They're a different proposition now because obviously they're a different stage of their careers, but like it'd be interesting to see when we play them now how we play against them, because when we played them last time they were just the midfield, it was just too much for us. They were too experienced.
That is why Keane's warning matters. England has the names. They have Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, and a squad full of pace and quality. But Keane's point is simple. Big names do not win tournaments if the mentality is not right. England cannot walk into this Croatia game thinking talent will be enough, because Croatia has made a habit of dragging stronger teams into uncomfortable matches.
I think we've got players now who can deal with them. I think a Jude, Rice, even Elliot, you know, Harry Kane. I think we've got the experience in our team now who would look forward to playing in that game against that team. We're at this age now.
Yeah.
Even Gary Neville added to it, saying,
England have been knocked out of tournaments for 20-odd years, and in the last 3 finals that we've played against Croatia in a semi-final, Italy in a final.
Even Emil Heskey also made it clear that England's first game against Croatia is not just another group match. He said England has to get off to a good start because the opening game can change the feeling around the whole tournament. The players will be confident, but there will also be nerves because everyone knows how important that first result is. And that is why this Croatia clash carries so much pressure. If England wins, they can breathe a little, settle into the tournament, and build momentum for the next games. But if they drop points, the pressure immediately grows. The questions get louder, and Roy Keane's warning starts to look even more serious.
It won't be long until that first game against Croatia. What do you make of the order of fixtures in the group, and I guess that Croatia, a familiar opponent over the years?
You've got to get off to a good start.
Yeah,
you've got to get off to a good start. The lads are going to be very confident, very nervous, but very confident as well. So you just want to get out there and go and play and go and win that first game. Once they've won that, then you can relax. Not relax, but
yeah,
you can then take a little bit of a breather and then go again.
He said the real question is whether England's attacking stars can affect the biggest games when the pressure rises. Because at the club level, people can praise you and say you are ready. But tournament football is different. Against a team like Croatia, reputation is not enough. The top players have to step up, take responsibility, and prove they belong on that stage.
You always look at the attacking players, do they affect games? Yeah. That's the big challenge for these players, particularly when they get the move, because you're thinking, when you're at certain clubs, you go, yeah, that's a good level for you. There's always that question, is that the level you're at? Then when they get to move, and maybe the time of the season is always a bit of a challenge, but the top players, always step up to the next level.
Ian Wright then pointed out another big concern for England, and that is Bukayo Saka's fitness. He explained that Saka has been carrying a huge load for both Arsenal and England since he was only 17 or 18. So the fact that he is still not fully ready before the World Cup shows how much football he has already played.
The situations he is addressing is Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
And just how fit he is, and he said, listen, we need to treat him carefully. We maybe just have to decide how much he plays. How do you read that situation as regards Saka's fitness?
Well, I'm hoping it's not too much of a worry, not only for England, but for Arsenal as well. But we're talking about from the age of 17, 18. This guy's given his body up to Arsenal and England. And for him to come to...
And that is a problem England cannot ignore. Because against Croatia, they will need Saka at his sharpest. They will need his pace, his explosiveness, and his ability to beat defenders one-on-one. But if Saka is not fully fit, England may have to be careful with him instead of throwing him straight into the fire. And that makes Roy Keane's warning even more serious, because Croatia is not the kind of team that will let England get away with weak spots.
He still needs more time. So you're hoping that the time he needs is going to be good enough for him to get back to that player that we know and love in respect of that explosiveness, because that's what we're going to need and that's what Arsenal's going to need. So the more rest he can get, I'm happy with.
Then the discussion moved to England's possible starting 11, and this is where things became even more interesting. If Bukayo Saka has to be handled carefully, then Noni Madueke could be the one to start against Croatia. That already shows England may have to adjust their attack before the tournament even begins. But the bigger debate is in defense. Ian Wright suggested that Mark Guehi looks like England's main centre-back right now, especially because of his current form. John Stones still has the experience and the trust of the manager, but Guehi has been playing with confidence and looks ready for a bigger role. So before England even face Croatia, there are still big selection questions. Who starts at centre-back? Who plays at full-back? And if England are not fully settled at the back, Croatia will see that as a chance to attack.
If we're going to be talking about the main centre-half at the moment in the team, you'll probably say it is Mark Guehi is the main centre-half. It depends on who he wants to put with him. If it's going to be Ezri Konsa, I don't think is going to let anybody down if he starts as well. But yeah, probably Mark Guehi is the main guy. We've seen him coming to, again, go to that city, go to the next level of defending and being...
He loves John Stones, though, doesn't he?
He does love John Stones.
He does seem to have a soft spot for him, yeah,
Yes.
throwing him football.
I love
Always
John.
If you watch till the end, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more football stories, big match breakdowns, and powerful reactions.